Singapore's gluten-free reality. You need to start here before you eat. Just looking for a place without soy sauce? Not gonna work. Hi, welcome. Hey, if you're here, you are probably planning a trip to Singapore and you're wondering how to manage a strict gluten-free diet. Maybe you've already been searching for restaurant recommendations or gluten-free apps or local tips. And if so, we are so happy that you have found us. Singapore is beautiful and vibrant and full of amazing food. But for gluten-free travelers, it is surprisingly hard, harder than most people expect. If you are used to eating gluten-free in the US or Australia or Europe, you need to know that things work differently here. And if you don't understand the core issues behind gluten-free awareness in Singapore, you could end up frustrated, hungry, or worse, even glutened. And that's why we made our Gluten-Free Singapore Toolkit. We want to help you feel prepared, confident, and safe. We don't want you to be overwhelmed or second-guessing every meal. In this first video, we're going to explain why finding gluten-free food in Singapore is so difficult. So let's start with the core problem. Celiac disease diagnosis in Singapore is almost non-existent. That's right. In Singapore and in many parts of Southeast Asia, celiac disease and gluten intolerance are still seen as a Western or Caucasian problem. Because of this, many local doctors don't test for celiac disease, and as a result, the awareness is incredibly low. Compare that to where you live. You, or someone close to you, was diagnosed with either celiac disease or gluten intolerance. Your family learned how to cook safely, and your friends probably learned the basics just by being around you. But in a place where diagnosis rates are close to zero, that learning doesn't happen. Most people in Singapore don't have a friend or family member diagnosed with celiac disease. So they've never been taught what gluten is, where it hides, or why cross-contamination matters. Let's put it this way. If someone asked you to prepare a Jain or even a low FODMAP meal, would you know what to do? Would you know what ingredients you needed to exclude and which rules to follow? Probably not, unless you've lived it. And that's the challenge with gluten-free food preparation in Singapore. Here's where travelers get caught off guard. Because English is the main language in Singapore, people assume that communication will be very easy. And just because someone speaks English doesn't mean that they speak gluten. Even bilingual dining cards, while helpful, don't fix this problem. If someone doesn't have first-hand experience with gluten-free, even the best explanations really might not click. And there's a lot of confusion. Gluten-free gets mixed up with vegan, vegetarian, dairy-free, even organic. Ingredients like soy sauce, glutinous rice, and Milo are all misunderstood. So when you say, I'm gluten-free, it may not mean to them what it means to you. All right, take a deep breath. We're not telling you this to scare you. It's not really all this bleak. We're telling you this because once you understand why things are difficult, you're going to know how to work around it. And the good news, it is absolutely possible to eat well and stay safe in Singapore. You're going to need to know a little bit more, prepare a little bit more, and learn how to communicate effectively about gluten in Singapore. That's what our Gluten-Free Singapore Toolkit is all about. We've broken it down into short videos to help you identify common local ingredients that contain gluten, understand the very unique cross-contamination risk here in Singapore, learn how to ask the right questions, and know when to walk away. And we show you how to find trusted restaurants, stores, and great gluten-free products. Let's talk quickly about blogs and apps. You might find lists of gluten-free places online, but many of these are actually out of date, written by travelers passing through, or worse, generated by AI with no first-hand experience. Most of these bloggers don't even live in Singapore, some aren't even celiac, and many list restaurants that use soy sauce, shared fryers, or don't really understand cross-contamination at all. We've chosen to keep our recommendations smaller, stricter, and based on real feedback from travelers as well as locals who know what strict gluten-free really means. My family has lived gluten-free for almost 2 decades. My daughter was diagnosed with celiac disease in 2006 at age 4 and grew up gluten-free in Singapore. She is now a thriving gluten-free adult in California, and I have run Gluten-Free Singapore Support Group for over 13 years. And I've been helping my husband navigate celiac safe travel for years as the founder of Australian Gluten-Free Life magazine. And since 2014, I've made over 100 trips through Changi Airport. So when we say we know the ins and outs, we really mean it. If you're just here for a short 1 or 2 day visit and want a quick list of gluten-aware restaurants, you can download our free dedicated gluten-free restaurant guide. But please note, this list is really short. There's not many options. But if you're planning a longer holiday, or traveling with kids, or want to feel more confident exploring local food, we highly recommend you sign up for our Gluten-Free Singapore Toolkit and watch our full video series. We've created these videos because we really care about the gluten-free community. We want your trip to be incredible, and for Celiac Awareness Month, we're making all of our resources completely free. But if you have found this helpful, please consider making a small donation. Everything we do is 100% volunteer run. Donations help us educate the local population, test and verify restaurants, create free resources just like this one, and keep the website running for future gluten-free travelers. Okay, we're really glad you're here. We want to make your trip to Singapore safe and delicious. Scroll down, check out our toolkit, and sign up so that you are ready for your trip to Singapore. All right, talk soon.